ერთი Hi. Hello. My name is Anastasia. I am Ariel team member. And first of all, I want to tell you a very short story about my mother and my 10 years old brother. Mommy is madly in love with art, so one day she just decided to visit new exhibition and she took my little brother with her. They came back home very disappointed, and of course I asked why. I will try to explain situation. They decided to use personal guide service, and in 5 minutes, my 10 years old brother was fed up with all these stories about paintings and painters. He just sat down and began playing with his phone. And my mother, to be honest, also was very tired because of this guide's huge stories. I am sure that each of you had such kind of problem even once in your life, and especially if you have a little child with you. So we think that this problem is very global all around the world in all museums. So our decision is Ariel. It's a digital guide which is based on augmented reality technologies, and with all these functions which our product has, we just want to bring new technological experience for all museum visitors. Our road began in 2018. Our pilot platform, we tested on 3,218 people, customers on the first time. And then in the middle of 2018, we have launched our product in Georgian National Gallery, and we are working with them till now. And about our future plans, in the end of 2020, we want to add 3 more local, Georgian museums, and 3 museums from foreign countries, from Poland, from Bulgaria, and from Azerbaijan. Of course, our market generally is very huge because a lot of people travel and visit museums all over the world. And for example, Georgian museums, they have 2.7 million visitors per year. So from them, our targeting audience are the people who, of course, love museums, galleries, art, traveling. But the main advantage of our targeting audience is that they are people who like new experiences, who want to be different, and they are searching for the different things everywhere, even in the cultural places, even in the museums also. Our business model is B2C because today our platform is on the Android gadgets, which customer can rent while he or she is visiting the museum. And we can say that museum is our main distributor today. But in the future, we want to change our plans a little bit. We want to create one platform which will integrate all these museums with whom we will work with. This is the amount of money which we need for improving our product and our ideas. And for example, in the end of 2018, 4 months we worked with the Georgian National Gallery, and we earned 14,000 lari. And we calculated that in the end of 2020, our revenue, if everything will be okay, will be more than 200,000 lari. We researched, of course, our competitors. We have direct and indirect competitors, applications like RTVive app, BleepAR, Smartify web, and so on and so on. But our main advantage is that our platform can work also in offline mode. We want to, in the future, we want to add artificial intelligence. It means that machine will learn what customers like more, and it will give recommendations, for example, which museum, which painter, or which place will be more interesting for the visitor of this museum. And also we want to make integration these paintings to the people. So when people have some questions about, for example, one painting, they can ask to the painting, and the person of the who is on the painting, he will answer. And so we want to make interaction of customer and our platform. Here we are. This is our team. We have really big experience of working in a lot of companies as BTU, Palitra Media Holding, and Centra. But we think that our team's main advantage is that before Ariel, we had another startup which failed. So now we can say that we know the sense of success and we know the sense of fail too. So we had really huge experience. And in the end, I want to show you a very short video about how we are working today. We have 3 functions nowadays. This is audio, textual information, and changing colors of the paintings. And let's see how we are trying to make new experience for the visitors and how we are trying to make them more happier. This is how we're working today. Thank you very much for attention, and I'm ready to answer your questions.
What about the content?
Museums will give their content because they will have profit from the...
No, but I go in front of a painting, I listen to what the information you produced. Who's in charge of explaining me what's behind the painting? So how do you make sure the quality is up to the standard I want to get when I go to a museum? And how do you adapt? I don't care playing with the colors, so but that's a function you would have for my kid. So how do you differentiate from different expectations from different users? So do you have, for example, art students or yourself, you have a background in art history and you can work out? How do you build the content?
These are just pads which you can rent in the museums today, and we have today in 3 languages: Georgian, Russian, and English, of course. And people who want Georgian museums, they don't have, for example, audio guides as they have a lot of museums in other countries. So this is very flexible. You can, of course, listen to the information about paintings, painters, or another exponents of the museum. Museum is giving informations about all this, and then we are working with them, and this is how makes our content.
So who writes the stories, about the painting?
About the paintings?
Yeah, about the painter as well.
Scientists on history. All museums, they have their scientists who write all these stories and give to us this content.
So it's a partnership between
Yeah, we have partnership with the museum, yeah.
I want to ask, you mentioned that the role of the museum is a distributor of your app.
Yeah.
Right? So, so are they paying you to produce the content? And then you charge the visitor for the app?
We are, for example, today in Georgian National Gallery, it costs 10 lari, and from profit, some percentage goes to us, and some percentage goes to the museum.
Okay.
10 lari to rent this tablet, right? Okay.
So do you mean that so you have your own brand?
Yeah.
So the app will be under your brand in different museums?
In different museums, yes.
Okay. And then later, when you grow, you will list all the museums under your platform? Under
one platform, yes.
Okay. So it's like a unified platform?
You just need to find museum, and if we will have partnership with them, he or she, the customer, can buy this platform and use it while he's visiting the museum.
So have you checked your traction matrix, like the conversion rate, how many visitors in one museum, and then how many will convert to use your app?
Yeah, we from our today experience, we had 7 visitors generally per day. We checked these countries which I have mentioned: Bulgaria, Azerbaijan, and Poland. We checked some of their museums. We already have contacted with them, and they give us their all this which markets they have, and this number of our revenue was because of this.
So apart from the revenue sharing, does the museum need to give you a upfront setup fee?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
I mean, apart from the profit sharing,
yeah.
Does the museum need to give you a upfront setup fee for preparing the content?
Oh yes, museums.
So you could cover the cost?
Yeah.
Okay. So the profit sharing is the upside because your cost has been covered already.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
So museum pay you, does the museum pay you up front?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Not the profit sharing, but before that.
Yeah.
Do they provide?
Before, no.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever heard, maybe you have, the Smithsonian in the United States. There are 18 museums, and I was on the board. It was very frustrating to me as a businessman because, I mean, we couldn't get the people in the various museums to agree on what color this was. It would take 3 months. And if you're not getting the money from them, it's going to cost you a small fortune. I used to get very frustrated. I would raise hundreds of millions of dollars to build a new museum, the Portrait Gallery, the American Indian Museum. We would raise the money, and the experts in art were taking years to decide how this should be displayed. So I think where people are asking is, that would take a lot of your time and a lot of money. Is the museum going to be paying you for that time? Or do you put all that investment in it and then just get a percentage of the usage?
Yeah, this is really a good question. I think that, of course, when we'll have face-by-face talking with the museums, we will talk about this. But at first, this was just pilot platform, and we were not concentrated on sales or getting profit. It was just testing our pilot platform, and when we earned this amount of money, 14,000 in 4 months, it was a really big number for the pilot, we think. So in the future, we will talk about these things with museums.
So you mentioned 14,000, so all from the profit sharing?
Yeah, this was our part, just not all. Yeah, because they investigated on gadgets and they bought them. So this I said 14,000, just our profit, which what.
And these tablets you just buy, like how much does it cost?
These tablets, for this time we bought, but our future plan is not like this. We want to create just platform, and the customer can download this application from iOS and Android, and can use with his mobile. So it will be, we think, more flexible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Hello. Let me introduce Ben. He is the manager of the retail network with 300 plus groceries, and he just recently installed a loyalty program into his network. He was really happy, actually. He poured lots of money into marketing of the program to get to 200,000 loyalty members, but very soon he discovered that he has just another loyalty point, he has just another cards, just another application that no one uses. His special offers are not actually special. Plus, the buyers aren't kind of rushing to buy. His team is going crazy what's going on, and he has to pay for all the fun. Well, he got kind of crazy. He ordered research that concluded that, hey, Ben, your customers aren't buying because they are not satisfied. But actually, it's not only Ben's problem. It's an industry-wide problem because the traditional loyalty industry is broken. See, the ColloQ research noted that loyalty programs cannot retain customers. Plus, 58% of them are inactive accounts. And another report of 2017 says that whopping 64% of the members are not satisfied. But there is even more. Consumer habits change. They don't want to be locked in any of the loyalty programs. Plus, the blockchain technology is changing the situation. The Cognizant report and Deloitte both stress that blockchain has a potential to revolutionize the loyalty industry. That's where we come in, Love and Loyalty. This is a multi-client loyalty program powered by blockchain to drive customer retention. That's important. We are on $6 billion USD market of loyalty programs solutions, where the majority of the providers of those solutions are traditional solution providers. And there is a 500 billion USD value of loyalty point turnover per year, and 100 billion of that is never redeemed. It's a lost opportunity for all. Our target segment is underserved buyers who do not want traditional loyalty stuff, who want to differentiate, and who do not want to engage in pricing competition. Within this 9-month program, we are going to create a solution for producers first. And after that, once we test and validate the business model, we get to the solutions for the hotels, for the restaurants, for etc., for many industries. So, how will MVP work? The producer is coming to the loyalty program, then he creates a stable coin, then we give him a QR code to put into the package, and once the buyer buys the product, scans the QR code and earns the stable coin on his digital wallet. So, through talking to businesses, through understanding their needs, and through creating the solutions, we are going to the market within this 9-month period. Beyond the traditional competitive advantages, our actual advantages are measured against the traditional solutions. And here we will prevail because the consumers will be happy because they get real value coins into one digital wallet and they have a freedom to spend, save, send, whatever they want to do with it. And the buyers will be happy too because they will be seeing returning customers, plus they will spend efficiently and they will use effective marketing tools. But the real advantages are 4 modes, and once time will go by, it will increase the switching costs for the buyers who will stick with us, plus it will be harder for competitors to replicate us. These are data, intangible assets, network effect, and IP. Very serious projects that gained insider information for me. Additional 26 projects I did with actual crowdfunding. We participate in blockchain events, 16 of them since the last year, and we are monitoring 48 blockchain startups. We tested a lot of assumptions for the last year. That brought us to this situation. We are a team of 3. I'm Tariel Zivzivadze, the business guy. I have 20 plus years of business and academic experience. I did all those projects myself. Badri and Boris, they are developers. Boris is in Italy right now, and Badri is here. They have done serious stuff in their careers, and right now they are working in the blockchain project remotely, in Dubai project, so they have experience a lot. So we need this money, not just GTS money, but also we are doing crowdfunding right after we win the program. See, I'm going to talk to the right guys and suggest them to be a co-founder in this project. We have not registered a business yet. But once we do crowdfunding, we get additional international founders. I've been in touch with Koreans, Japanese, etc. And we establish a business, contract JITA, and start doing business. And at the end of 9 months, I want to be able to go to the investors and tell them, inject another 620,000 USD to get those crazy figures. So, as you see, we are monetizing the change in consumer habits and blockchain industry. Within this program, we will validate our business model, and it's an opportunity for actually everyone to get in touch with us. That's why I'm pitching to you two, dear viewers, and of course to you. Thank you for the attention and ready to get questions.
So, the first question is that we probably heard all of the necessary buzzwords, apart from the AI. So that little part was missing, yeah, but it would be good to add. But in reality, what you're explaining, it could be done with the already existing blockchain platforms, and you need to do all the innovation, and everyone can put in the QR code with a private key, which you can sweep into your wallet, etc. But what you're saying is actually a cashback, and cashback is not considered the best way to retain customers. These loyalty programs are there for another reason, to retain the customer tied to the certain brand, to be able to have him return to the certain brand. They could, the same way, just do a discount without sharing 50% of the discount with you, or the cashback. So what do you actually do? What's your value add?
Oh, what's my what?
Value add. What value add do you provide to the consumers and to the
different
companies?
Experience, differentiation.
Like your
you know, the
cool
companies usually do loyalty programs because they want retain customers and differentiation.
So you are providing a cashback which could be provided with every existing blockchain platform which is already available and it's free.
48 of them tried already, but it's not just providing a cashback, it's the way how you provide it. 48 different startups tried that. Half of them are already dead.
Tell us then.
Okay, we are creating a system where there will be multi-stable coin system which will allow each of the businesses to have their own stable coin and give their own reward to the guys. We also have a vault to guarantee every
Yes, but there is color coins. There is Ethereum where you can do like different.
You can't do it
tokens.
because see, there's a huge difference between just Ethereum and stablecoin. Ethereum is running back and forth 500 times a day. Stablecoin is pegged to Lari, and if you want to use something real value in business, you need to have a certainty in price. You never get that certainty with traditional.
Plenty of stable coins. I still don't.
No. Well, I appreciate
like
your
6,
idea.
7 stable coins, yeah.
Even
yeah,
before,
but it's not.
Even before. Oh, no, go ahead.
So are you trying to create different version of the stable coin and you provide the exchange?
Well, we provide the businesses with a solution and the ability to create their own stablecoin, but it's not necessary to be named like a stablecoin. You get, for example, I have 8 different cards with me.
Yeah, I understand. What I ask is, so are you going to provide an exchange so that the consumer can swap different stablecoins?
Exactly,
right?
Instantaneous, because they are stablecoins, they are linked. Right, between each other. So it's very easy. You never think about this detail. It's automatic because conversion happens like we don't even need an exchange there. No need at all.
But you don't need, I mean, you don't need
Bitcoins or blockchain to have that? I mean, if you have miles on an airport, you can book hotels. The hotel down the road where I go, you can redeem against other shops. I'm just wondering if you're not coming with an ultra-sophisticated solution to replace something which A, exists, B, is marginally better than... I mean, the problem you point, I think you're spot on. I just don't see how you're going to solve it. I mean, you definitely have put your finger on something which is true, but I just don't see.
Well, there I would say that there are lots of assumptions here. We do this 9-month project to check several assumptions in practice. For example, there is a huge opportunity, for example, for a beer producer. You can search blockchain beer. Someone already did it in Canada. For example, blockchain beer. You put QR code under the cap, and it's a huge marketing opportunity if you want to address the young guys, cryptocurrency guys, 200,000 people in Georgia only. This is just one small example. We want to test those assumptions.
I think what they are talking about is why you want to use the blockchain technology instead of the traditional...
Very good question, thank you.
So is it because of the traceability?
No. Huge weakness of the traditional loyalty program is they are not transparent. When they give you points, they will devalue those points or cancel them. The transparency is the weakest point, one of the traditional ones, and it will be the huge advantage of ours because it's open ledger and it will be open. There is no way to screw your customers. That's where we need blockchain, and the only place where we need it.
I think, just as personal opinion, I think one of the reasons why a lot of the consumer brands start to consider using blockchain instead of the traditional method to program the loyalty program is because of the traceability. I think it's also related to the transparency you mentioned.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because it's much easier for the consumer brand to be able to trace how the client are using the points.
Exactly.
Right?
48 different startups tried many different ways. I personally studied all of them. Believe me, I checked a lot of assumptions. I did simulations for the next 10 years, what would happen. I redid the project at least 3 times based on the feedback.
Yeah, so I think it's better if you could add the data analytic part, because with the traditional loyalty program...
I did not say that, actually. I did not want to add additional buzzwords, but that's what we are going to do, next step. Because data mode, it's a big thing.
Yeah. That's the difference.
One of them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
And why do you think that they will pay 50% of the cashback to you?
I don't think. I think that I will suggest several business models, but I will check all the assumptions within the 9th month, so that at the end of 9 months, I'm ready to say that this is the way to go.
And how do you provide the security for the platform?
Well, that's why we have developers and the right guys.
But there are several ways, right?
Of course. Blockchains
so
are hackable.
Proprietary blockchain, will it be mineable? Will it be pegged to another blockchain? Or?
See, I'm not a technical guy, but we have a core team. We have a team on the outsource who are professionals.
Because unless you really have that solved, there is just use a database.
Well, we don't want to deal with only the database. We deal with the solution. We create an enterprise solution, and that's what we will do for the next 9 months.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A good problem without a solution.
You're on the mic.
You can see.
You shouldn't, as a CEO, not be able to reply a question on security. Yeah. It's too easy to say, I'm not a technical guy.
Hello, may I start? My name is Tornike, and I represent online shop and informational platform called Mandarini. Before I start, I want to make a quick overview about our country. Georgia is very rich in culture. Its unique and delicious products in food and wine field has been gaining rapid popularity in the last couple of years, especially in post-Soviet Union countries like Ukraine and Russia. Alongside, there is a significant growth in food production inside the country, and the products that Georgians have been producing through the centuries in home conditions now are produced by trusted and certified companies and are available to export. Unfortunately, by this time, there is no efficient way to connect local food producer to a customer abroad and together with a product shares a cultural experience. Story of Mandarini began 1 year ago together with my wife Aliona in a small apartment, as you see on a picture. We created a blog about Georgia and Georgian food recipes on Instagram and called it Iz Gruzii s Ljubovью, which stands for From Georgia with Love. Later this year, we started to sell packages filled with Georgian local products to our customers, and soon we realized that apartment is not enough and we need to expand to handle growing online orders. So something that started as an online community with a huge interest towards Georgia and its culture grew into a business. And we started to offer to our subscribers repackaged products with tailored offerings and fast delivery. By the end of the year, we ended up with more than 20,000 organic subscribers, 5 Georgian manufacturers as our suppliers, and one of the largest real estate developer, Orbi Group, as our corporate client. Orbi uses our services to gift their loyal customers around CSI region. And by now, we are processing around 800 gift packs for them. Introducing product to our growing online community created completely new opportunity for us. So we started to share to our subscribers information about every product and constantly updating fresh video recipes and constantly communicating to them. As a result, we got very active audience. Whoever had an experience in online sales knows that it's extremely hard to get a review from a satisfied customer, which we cannot say about unsatisfied customer. They are never lazy to do it. In our case, 35% of satisfied customers tend to leave positive review. Through the experience, we realized that such kind of business model and sales channel is non-efficient and non-scalable enough because we cannot manage orders properly, we have uncomfortable payment system, and most of all, we cannot handle traffic anymore. So, logical continuation of all this process is to accumulate entire community on one online platform where we can offer to our subscribers easy transactions, larger catalog with best products, and fast delivery. And as the platform would grow, we will allow other Georgian food producers to paste their product on our platform and connect them directly to a customer. And as a managing the quality of content and fast delivery channels, charging them from 10 to 18% as a cashback. But platform will not serve only as a product place. It also will be a strong informational source. We will constantly update video recipes, recommendations of famous Georgian chefs, and other valuable information about Georgia. Because as we noticed through the experience, the more informed customer is about particular product, more likely he or she is going to make purchase. 45% of raised fund we are going to use on web development. We are going to hire professional web designers, web developers, and implement a payment system on a platform. And as a technical side is ready, we need to fill it with valuable information. Hire professional photographers, professional text writers, and video makers. 38% of raised fund we are going to spend on marketing, provide SEO optimization of a platform, promote our project on social networks like Facebook, YouTube channel, and use powerful marketing tools as Google AdWords and the Yandex Direct. As for 17% of raised fund, we are going to spend on administrative costs. Here is key members of our team. It's me, CEO and co-founder, and my spouse, Aliona, co-founder, blogger, and marketing manager. We believe that with our approach, Mandarini will become not only product selling marketplace, but an online organically growing community and a strong ambassador of local Georgian experience. Thank you very much for your attention.
So who's beyond your wife and yourself? Is it the two of you?
We are key members, but we have staff. We have 3 people working on packaging area. We have delivery guys in Moscow and Kiev. We have accountant, financial consultant.
Can you share what's your ambition in terms of what sales? I mean, you provide some figures, but they are not quite, at least they don't talk to me, but what are your expectations in sales this year, next year?
Last year we processed around 2,500 orders, and we are going to expand. If
in terms of money,
how much what's the average basket, and what's
$30 average basket, and to 2,500 orders.
And this year, next year?
If we are going to raise funding, we are going to expand and scale. We expect there is a lot more people interested in Georgia, and the market is very big. Yeah. Using online tools, SEO, and other online marketing tools, we are going to reach them and expand.
But your clients, your clients today are Georgian. Your clients today, they are based in Georgia, or it's already international?
No, we are targeting, for now we are targeting Russia and Ukraine. Yeah, okay. Yes, we are exporting this product to people there. And our target audience is people who are interested in Georgia and Georgian culture, people who migrated and live there from Georgia and miss Georgian fresh products. And also our platform will serve as a generating new review, because we have amazing products and people are...
And so do you already have an internet store, internet shop?
No. That's why we need funding.
You can set one up for $35 a month. There was another contestant yesterday. They will set you up an internet store with all the payment solutions, and it will cost you $35 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have come yesterday.
So we just saved you a lot.
So you can reallocate your budget. It's called e-commerce platform B2C.
Okay. So what about your growth strategy? Like besides Ukraine and Russia, where would you sell?
As I mentioned,
how can you scale? Yeah.
Thank you for your question. As I mentioned, popularity in Georgia is rising, and there are a lot of countries interesting. The popularity is rising in Estonia, in Belarus, and well, it's too early to enter EU, for example. Now demand is low, but we are going to expand. As for next countries, Belarus and Estonia.
Are there any restrictions for sending food items?
It depends. The companies we are cooperating with, they are all certified and trusted, and in this case there are no restrictions.
I want to ask about the logistic cost. How is it like to send these cross-border delivery?
Excuse me.
Cost of transportation. Is it high? How do you handle it?
Shipment.
Our business model, actually, once we unite several food manufacturers, and we have large choice efforts to offer customers better delivery terms, because they can order a lot of items, and in this way their transportation cost is lower for them.
What's the percentage of the logistic cost compared to the order size?
It's around 8%.
Okay.
That's all right.
Are there any questions?
Who would be your competitors? Anybody's doing it online already and has an established presence on Georgian products?
There are online on shops of Georgian products, but mostly they say production of their own manufacturing. That they produce things and they sell online. But there is no platform which will, with a synergy of different Georgian manufacturers of different products, and they don't provide information about Georgian culture and Georgian products.
Gotcha. Who's doing it? Is it who's writing the stories behind the product? Is it you have a dedicated team member, and for sourcing the products you have somebody who's going to every independent producers? That's what you do?
Yeah, for now, yes. For now, it's very uncomfortable and it's very hard.
Well, that's your added value also, to go to find people who are below the radar. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I like this much more than the previous one. Yeah, they have a point.
Yeah.
They also.
Not much more, but more.
No, last one was a disaster.
I hate it. I absolutely hate guys like this.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is George, and I am co-founder of Stack, an alternative web browser designed to increase the efficiency of working with web applications. Before further describing the product to you, I would like to tell you why we're doing this. Working on multiple projects together, my team and I discovered that web browsers were not sufficient for working with multiple web applications at the same time. It was time-consuming, confusing, and resulted in a messy workspace. This is about how our desktops looked. As you can see, we have so many tabs open in our browser that we can barely see their names, and alongside we have separate web-based desktop software installed in our computers. So to solve this problem for ourselves, we created a tool that we called Stack, and this is how it looked. Stack allowed us to open multiple web apps on the same screen in a parallel view, without the need of jumping between the tabs all the time. We could also group our applications by categories or by type of usage in so-called stacks on the sidebar, as you can see here. We could see their notifications without actually opening the applications, and it saved us a lot of time. We had a stack for social network, so we had stack for emails, stack for messengers, and so on. While this tool worked very good for us and saved us a lot of time, it still remained a side project for us. Until one day we uploaded it on Product Hunt and Beta List, the platforms where the early adopters evaluate the work of makers, and got very good feedback, 2,000 upvotes in just 1 week, and wonderful ideas on how to improve the product and how to make it a universal browser. From the feedback of our earliest users, we discovered that there was a very important change going on in the internet industry. For over 20 years of its existence, internet has evolved drastically. More than 80% of computer work is done through web applications. Imagine emails, social networks, messengers. But yet the main tool for using internet, which is a web browser, has not changed at all. It remains the same. Stack, on the other hand, lets users to be more productive while multitasking with web, be more organized by grouping the applications within the stacks, and always be up to date with unified notifications. We started in June last year, and by November we had already launched our beta version on Mac. In 3 months, we accumulated 3,700 downloads, and 380 users are using Stack on a daily basis. This number is growing by 40% weekly. And these users are playing a very important role in further development of Stack because they are giving us great ideas about what they want. Meanwhile, we have also successfully graduated from Y Combinator Startup School, and exhibited Stack at Disrupt Berlin as TechCrunch top pick. We have also been selected to participate in the Next Web and Web Summit conferences. As any other web browser, we will monetize by taking royalties from search engines and ads, but on the first stage, we want to introduce something new, something that hasn't been done with the browsers yet, but is very well known among our target users. We call it Netflix for add-ons and extensions. By interviewing our current users, we found out that 60% of them spend around $40 in monthly subscriptions for paid services, paid online services, such as grammar checkers, password managers, mail trackers, and so on. Stack Pro offers unlimited access to unlimited number of web applications, extensions, and add-ons for only one subscription of $10 per month. This way, it is 4 times the value for its price. We have found out that more than 1 billion people use more than 5 web applications on a daily basis, every day. And this is the market that we want to tap on. Our total addressable market we consider the productivity industry, which is valued at $43 billion globally. But the services that Stack provides create a market of $8 billion yearly. We want to capture 5% of this market in EU and US in the following years. There are several other companies doing something similar to what we're doing, and some of them are doing a great job. However, our vision is slightly different. While others focus on creating a launchpad that will work with the browsers, we want to turn the way people perceive and use internet upside down. This is the core team of Stack. It consists of 4 people currently located in the Netherlands. Our operations lead is a researcher at United Nations and is a PhD of economics of Maastricht University. Very good at data and organization. Our CEO, David Gawasheli, is the Master of Laws and MBA from London School of Commerce. He's a serial entrepreneur with 12 years of experience in managing middle and large-size companies. Our CTO is a product developer with 8 years of experience and has developed more than 25 successful tech products. I focus on growth in Stack and have 6 years of experience, international experience of building tech companies. And this is my 4th startup. We have cumulative experience of working together 5 years. We have run through a couple of rounds of acceleration, and we will make this work. Our current capital requirement is 400,000 euros, which will be allocated on product development, business development, and marketing, as shown on this slide. But the 30,000 euros offered from this project will be spent to finalize our paid features, activate our revenue streams, and make Stack sustainable. We have an ambitious goal of changing the way people interact with the internet. And we believe Stack has the potential of becoming the first Georgian unicorn. And we need funds and strategic partnerships to help us achieve our goal as fast as possible. Thank you. Ready for questions?
Do you already generate revenues?
Excuse me?
Do you already generate revenues?
No, we don't generate revenue yet.
Okay. And I didn't understand how you compare to your competitors, actually, exactly. Can you clarify?
Of course. Let me go back to the slide. So, some of our competitors focus on only email apps. Some of them focus only on productivity. None of them have the browsing feature. So this way, they are only launchpads for the web applications. For example, Shift is a Y Combinator startup, but still, Shift cannot be used as a browser. It is just an application that people will need to use with a browser.
Okay.
Stack can be a browser and a launchpad.
Okay.
Just one question. You said that this became your sudden side project, which came out during your work. So what was your main project?
We were working on a project that was in the ad tech, education tech. It was a Chrome extension that let users memorize everything by doing nothing.
Okay.
Different.
So when do you think you'll switch to the paid model, and when will you start generate revenues?
We're planning to start generating revenue by end of this year if we get the grant. If not, then we are going to take another round of acceleration with funding in the Netherlands, and we will begin after 2 months. So we're going to be 2 months late, basically.
So can you say that the actual architecture of your product is complete and it is very usable for a non-tech savvy user today?
It is a beta version available only for Mac users. Currently, our users are social media content editors. They are programmers, makers themselves, or customer service agents, people that need to use multiple applications on a daily basis in their work. We are trying to optimize Stack for these people on the first stage, and then we're going to make it available and accessible, usable for non-tech savvy people as well.
I want to ask about your strategy on the Netflix of extension. So have you talked to these extension? Are they willing to join your platform?
No, we have not talked to them, and we are not planning to onboard them and make them get their presence on Stack in the first stage. We are going to replicate their services. We are not going to include the brands. But later on, when we have enough users, we are going to convince these guys to hop in and give us their services.
What do you mean replicate the services?
We want to incentivize, we have a very good SDK. We want to incentivize the developers, which are our community, to create the services like mail tracking, like Grammarly, and others that we have seen that are most popular among our users. Yeah. So our users will have access to the services that they are using, but with different brand names. This is on the initial stage when we do not have the power to convince the big brands to join us. But later on, when they see that we have a lot of users, it will be easier for us to convince them to come to join us.
Can I follow up on that? I see charts like this all the time.
Yes.
Most people talk about features and benefits. And in business, I learned a long time ago, there's features and benefits, but most importantly, it's the reasons to buy, or in your case, the reasons to use. And as a crude example, you know, there's a reason they put those beautiful models next to sport cars in auto shows. You know, many people that buy cars like that don't know anything about the engineering of the car, but they think they're going to get someone like that if they buy one. And that's a real reason to buy it. My younger brother buys Mercedes-Benzes. He couldn't tell you anything about the performance of that car. He feels good when he gets up in the morning and he sees that symbol in his garage. What are the reasons to buy or use this that will be explosive? Because it's not just features and benefits.
Of course, I get your question. It is tough for us because we are a new company. Our brand is not very well known. So our go-to-market strategy is to do it by the help of the influencers. Currently, we know who is our community and who is using Stack most of all, and we know who are the influencers in their communities. So this is our go-to-market strategy. We want to make using Stack a good thing. We call our community Stackers, and the point that you made, we have also thought about it. So we want to make using Stack a cool thing.
So are you also providing a platform for the developer to develop extension in your own Stack?
Yes, yes. This is the main point of Stack, and the main point, and one of our competitive advantages, that Stack will be a very flexible and modular program technically. It will be very easy for external developers to develop the best features for Stack, and this way it will become, it will have the best usability and optimization compared to our competitors, because they have only their own internal teams, and we will have the community of other web developers that will help us develop Stack.
I'm still a bit puzzled by your go-to-market strategy. I'm thinking loudly, but on the one hand, you want to attract traffic by being the platform where people will be developing their software. And I think your targeted audience would be, I mean, geeks. I mean, there's nothing pejorative, but I mean people who are at the front edge of technology. Then you want to move to mass media, which are two completely different audiences, so I don't see how much, there's platforms where people are developing exist, so there's nothing much new in what, at least for them to go to, and B, there's no natural transition from the people who are at the forage of technological development and the mass media you want to, I don't see the bridge. I don't see it. I just, what am I missing, if anything?
It is very difficult to see this bridge because we have also not tested how it will work, but we believe that the geek communities or tech communities are now much popular and they are much more integrated to the mass and mainstream than they were before. One would probably ask, why is Linux not a very popular platform? Because it's free and it has better usability and geeks are very fond of it. But we believe that Windows had the advantage of having a lot of applications and great software, and this is why people went for Windows and not Linux. But today, this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to have a lot of applications, a lot of great usages for Stack, so that the mainstream people will see the value of forgetting about Chrome and buying separate applications from the App Store and coming to Stack and having everything for $10 a month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does it have Tor Onion compatibility?
No, not yet.
Are you planning to?
Yes, of course.
Blockchain integration?
No, not blockchain.
AI?
No, no way. No way.
Good.
Hello.
Hello.
May I start? Okay, thank you. Hello, my name is Tamar. I'm a director of startup company Party to Orchestrated Logistics. This is my colleague Sura, our program developing manager. Let me introduce new software platform for tour operators, which is a smart tool for tour designing and operations. Must be said that tour product designing is related to different components and suppliers, which is really difficult and complicated process. And at this time, there is no software platform that fully gives a comfortable environment for efficiently working and for workflow solutions. And the Tour Builder is a smart tool which is user-friendly, it's all-in-one, and supplies the easy workflow to design, to plan, control, monitor, service quality controlling, and etc. There are so many elements. And there is no more hours for communication, designing, planning. You just feel like an X-Man. And most importantly, it increased productivity by 3-4 times. And I experienced this by myself because I'm a tour operator as well. So the general inputs, I just want to show you some slides how it does works because words doesn't explain a lot. This is the slide where we start the tour planning. This is stage 0 with the general inputs and information. Then we're going to design the itinerary with one click. You just select the location and the link sightseeing with a database behind it because the program itself has a database for the suppliers and the sightseeing as well. And as soon as you finalize, the tour operators finalize the designing itineraries, here is a table for review to see all the components of all the service suppliers and the details in depth. As for the supplier database, it is based on in-house and online systems, and the pricing and multi-pricing as well is included into the program, which is very important for the income for the company. I will not stop on this slide for a long time because there is a lot of descriptions, and this is the product what our clients are expecting from ourselves with all the narratives and photos and descriptions. As soon as we get the confirmation for the product, we are going to reservations stage, and here is the module of one of the supplier reservation console. And the overall operation system is very important for the company because they know what kind of tours do they have through the year. And one of the most important advantage of the Tour Builder, it is will be integrated with GIS system after we get financing. And just imagine that the tour operator is sitting at the table at the office and controls where is the group. It is like a flight dispatch system, what's going on, is there any delay or not, to fix the problems immediately and simultaneously. As for the technical solutions, this is a web-based program. Later it will be cloud-based, and here you see all the descriptions and the details of the technical solutions. I will not talk a lot about these issues. And for the sales and marketing, on the first stage, we're going to provide our trial versions to our pilot customers and just testify on the different locations for the neighboring countries and our targeting customers in the countries. And for the second stage, as soon as it will be finalized and developed for according to the standards of one of the country, it will be provided as a product and sold to them. To the other tour operators, which number exceeds to 600,000 in Europe and US. And for the top level of our development is worldwide distribution, and I truly believe that it will be an interesting. As for the investments, we share 47% of the total budget, and the rest of it will be financed by the GTA, I hope so. And most of the disbursement will go to the research or development of the product, IP rights securing, and so on. And for the financial sales, I must say that this year we already settled first annual contract with the local incoming tour operator company, and for the next year we will gain second contract as well, with 60,000 GL per year, and they pay per monthly payment subscriptions. As for the competitors, Tool Builder is just imagine that it's a conductor which leads the orchestra and knows each element and instrument, how it works. This is the same for the Tool Builder, and the competitors and the similar products doesn't have all the features what the Tool Builder has. It increases the productivity, it is efficient for the company, and through this productivity, flexibility, and quality control, one tour operator plus Tool Builder is equal to 3 tour operators, which is equal to the increase of the income for the company. As for the team, all the team members are coming from the local company, initially for which was created the Tour Builder, and most of them are expertises in tourism industry and with a list of 8 years of experience, and including by myself, and later we are going to add 2 more technical developers, programmers, for its faster development to bring it on the global market. So I believe that all our targeting companies will be interested in the product, because interest is really existing already, and there is a demand on this kind of supporting platforms, because I'm a tour operator and I experienced this by myself, and it helped too much. So thank you for your attention. I'm ready for your questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Does it work as a decision tree analysis? So for example, we are at BDC, I want to go at the other side of the country, and then you tell me, these are the options around, and from there I move to the next site, which is interesting, close, etc. So you automatically ruled out me going back to BDC to see another things. And does it work like this, the suggestions?
So you mean how the client can look through the product, right?
And made his or her decision on building a trip for their clients. How do you...
Can client build a product from himself?
No, this is B2B product. This is a product which will be used by the tour managers, by the tour product developing persons.
Yeah, I got that. But for the lady who will be building a tour for her client who comes especially to Georgia, to this, they have suggestions where they can go. How is it built behind the database, and how they get access to it? Do you make suggestions? Do you?
There will be already ready-made products and offerings, and this product gives the opportunity to just tailor-made to design the tailor-made product, and according to the preferences of the guests. Simultaneously, as soon as you come to me as a tour operator, I am just asking you some questions about your interests and preferences, and simultaneously, in just few minutes, you will get the already made product.
You have been able to quantify the productivity gains? I mean, you show a picture when you have one lady, your software equals 3 ladies, but is it based on our data or just finger in the air? And
Yes, well, our company has a different management team which are working on the database fulfillment, and by myself, I'm a product tour operator, and I design the product, and I experienced by myself. We have tested this program through from 2015, and we, according to my colleagues' feedbacks and the users, we have updated and upgraded the product to fit as much as possible to all the requirements and demands what could be come up through the working process. So, yeah.
Can the different service providers, like the hotels or the drivers, plug into the platform and offer their availability or something?
It will be integrated with online database of the hotel, and this will give some optional rates as well, also availability. It will be integrated with in-house and online systems. Yes.
One of your selling features in your presentation is this is customizable to the individual tour guides. I always get scared when I hear the word customizable because contrary to belief, when you make a custom product, the customer in theory is very happy because you're giving her exactly what she wants. The problem usually is, and I see it in the vast majority of cases, the cost it takes for the company to get that custom product is cost prohibitive, and you can't make a lot of profit. How are you going to ensure that you're going to make people very happy with a customized solution, but yet your costs won't run up so much that you'll lose money?
First of all, I must say that the prices that are included in the program now is the contracted rates with the suppliers, which does not has any other competitors from the tour operating companies. So it is guaranteed that you have your own price and you are competing with the other tour service providers like tour agencies. So, if there will be any such differences between the other companies, because it really happens, we have some possibility to decrease the rate and match it to the requirement. And this is the strategy of the company. Sometimes we don't make a discount because it sometimes doesn't work. So,
can you talk a little bit about your target market? Do they already use your different platform that is your competition, and you need to convince them to switch?
Yeah, you mean the...
A little bit, yeah, about your pricing point as well.
You mean the neighboring countries that our target market?
Yeah, we're in Georgia and in neighboring country. What do they use now?
We already had some negotiations and presentations to other companies and representatives from Eastern Europe, and also from one of my representative of the Microsoft. I will not mention the name exactly. And they were really interested. But the program now, we need the financing because to improve the product as faster as is possible, because we need to add 2 more employees. They need salaries. This will not be anymore free of charge. So we are on the stage to improve and develop as faster as possible to provide them appropriate product, because it will not work if it will not be integrated with GIS system, which is most importantly advantage of the tour builder. So we are ready, but 90%, and we need that 10% to bring it to our targeting market. So they are ready to receive, they're very interested, but they're waiting for us.
How much would it cost?
The subscription price is annually $60,000, which is approximately $200 per month, and they do pay per month. And it is worse because as soon as the tour builder increases the productivity by 3 times, and the salary of one tour operator is about $3,000 USD per month, it is worse because time is the money.
How much do they pay now?
They pay, the first company, which already settled, pays approximately $5,000 per, approximately 2,000 US per month.
I want to give some opinion.
Yeah.
Because most of your potential customer, they are small company, right?
Product, sorry. Yeah. Can I answer already? Product is available for the company with at minimum 5 workplaces.
Yeah, so I think it will make, so you are providing a SaaS model, subscription based, and mostly self-served, right? Instead of customized.
So you mean that the product is customized, or?
So are you focusing on providing the SaaS model on a self-serve base?
Software as a service.
So the customer can just do it by themselves?
No, the customer cannot reach to the product. This is the customer
you need to customize for everybody?
It will be customized. It will be ready-made also. This is the product which designs the product and gives the already ready-made product description in PDF, in Word, and you can save it for the future time or make another one. This is a very flexible product and it can match to any requirements. It could be customized, it could be fitted, and so it depends. Tourism is not just the sphere which does not improve, and this is on the one place standing all the time. You have already made products and fixed rates and fixed sightseeings as well, but there are sometimes FIT travelers who don't want to get this kind of already made products and go to the hometown of some of his friends who he knows and so on.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Irakli, and today I want to present the online platform, Play to Learn, which changes the way children learn. The learning process was one of the most boring things in my childhood, and I remember how easily I was distracted by the desire to play Sonic video games or watch my favorite TV shows. And when my parents told me, study well if you want to have a bright future, it was too hard for me to understand as a kid. So learning process and having fun was completely different things for me, and I remember also that I was not the only kid having that attitude to learning. So we live in a digital world today with higher distraction level for kids, so-called Generation Z, who use digital devices since their early ages, and mostly for gaming purpose. This is 10 years old Lisa, who is one of the representatives of Generation Z, and I want to use her case to deliver the better understanding of their learning problems and also how we solve them. So Lisa goes to school, and because of the lack of individual approach there, she hardly retains the curricular program. Also, as a kid, she does not see the values and outcomes of learning process in the short term. So her parents always try to fill her gaps, her knowledge gaps, by trying private tutors and online resources, but it is always a big trouble to make her engage in the process while she is distracted with all the various games in her devices. So to sum up the situation, in contrast with today's gaming experience, Lisa and entire generations that finds learning process too boring. So as a result, statistics shows that 65% of students like Lisa in developing countries cannot even reach the threshold of 40% success rate in their school exams. So me and my team decided to solve this problem and develop the online platform, which specifically enhances the knowledge of English language by using the fully game-based environment. So except of game interface, we developed the adventurous storylines given by interactive comics enriched with puzzles and logical questions. So what our platform does is it breaks down the curricular program and attach each portion of the program to each series and episode of the storyline. We call quests. So kids need to use their knowledge of the curricular program to follow the story and complete the quest. And actually, this is a screen from Lisa's personal account, and she enjoyed the platform. She completed all 8 quests in our demo version, and she is now waiting for upcoming episodes. Also, her parents enjoyed the personalized feedbacks of her learning process. So what we did is we created an online platform which is fully educational and at the same time fully game-based and reducing the distraction level caused by games and help children to retain their curricular program effectively. Our business model is freemium, so every user has access to free demo version, and students are those who use our platform, and parents are those who are going to actually pay for their subscriptions. So our monthly subscription payment is, our annual subscription payment is 35 USD, and we also serve monthly payments. So our target market is students starting from 3rd grade to 10th grade, and especially those children who love role-play games and comics with fantasy storylines. So in our region, the total market size is 8 million students, and obtainable amount of registrations is 2.4 million. There are several, we know that there are several online platforms helping children to study English language, for example. But compared to them, we are creating higher motivation and engagement level by not only using the gamification elements, but actually developing the fully game-based environment. And to make sure we engage them in the long term, we use serious development of events, serious storylines. And our product is not only teaching the program to kids, but by clearly defining the short-term goals in these quests, it shows the knowledge as a main tool, key tool to success. Our go-to-market strategies, first of all, is direct presentations to kids in schools, and we also work with teachers with affiliate campaigns. Also, referral system is already integrated on our platform, and as it's clear, we use social media campaigns. Our goal in upcoming years is to create a mobile application version of the platform, integrate it in Facebook, and develop two educational directions like math and coding. And countries we want to enter, except Georgia, is Armenia, Azerbaijan, Ukraine, and other countries of CIS. Recently, we are in a testing period of our beta version. It's been already 4 months, and we have already 1,200 beta users, and we are in process of refining our features and whole product according to their feedback. During the last 2 months, we had 57 conversions of the beta product. So based on our projections, in upcoming 5 years, we plan to reach 115 subscribers. The management team consists of 4 people. First is educational director with 19 years of experience in educational field. Second one is IT director with 12 years experience in IT development. Marketing and branding manager with 16 years experience in marketing. And finally, me as a general manager with 7 years experience in project management, and specifically 5 years in educational project management. So funds, we are developing this product already 10 months, and funds invested by co-founders to develop the beta version is 55,000 USD, and now we need 40,000 USD to finalize the launching version of the product and also support the marketing and R&D costs. Our passion is to bring the better and best learning experience for Lisa and entire generation Z. Thank you.
Maybe I start with a question first, because it happened that before I become an investor, my own startup is exactly in the same direction. Yes. Yeah, so you are using a game interface. So would you also go into, apart from the game, go into area like one-on-one teaching through video conferencing?
First of all, it's with video conferencing, no. Actually, it's kind of a game on an online platform with a storyline, and it's not a teacher and student collaboration. It's actually only the platform teaching kids. But what I want to remark is it's not only gaming, and it's not only gaming logics. We use gaming logics to make a new fuel for kids to have motivation to study. They use their knowledge as a fuel to continue the story, help some character, and besides the English language teaching, what we do is that our product, we make these comics, what I said, with script writers and with psychologists, and this content helps children to enhance their life skills, except of learning English, like cooperation, teamwork, because they are using their knowledge to help other characters and so on, and to accomplish some goals in an actual game.
I have two questions.
Yes.
Number one is, are you planning to expand into different subjects like math, physics,
yes.
chemistry? And second, do you use some sort of machine learning algorithm, so you see that a kid has a problem in multiplication or some other problem, and then your quest sort of
yes,
repeats
sure.
these sort of problems?
That's what I said, that Lisa's parents enjoyed. This is a prototype
version
yet.
For Lisa herself, so that the software puts
sure.
her same
When
types
software
of
detects the gaps, first of all, it provides the resources with explanations, but it remembers what was the gap here, and it might use the same content in other quests, which is on the 7th episode of the whole storyline. And about math and coding, we are not actually trying to put in these designs, because this is a platform. This is a design, this is the resources, and our platform is mixing all this with the storyline, right? So we are trying, in upcoming years, we are planning to develop specific storyline for math and specific storyline for coding. This content is only for English.
This may seem like a strange question, but most people tell us what it can do. What can't this do? Can this be used for not only Lisa, but Charlie and Susie and George? Because I have 7 children and 6 grandchildren. They're all different.
Yes.
I have one son that's autistic. You know, people told me he would never talk. He's actually 27 years old. He's a genius, and we should all be as handsome as him. So, you know, what can't this do?
First of all, we had to start with something, right? So we researched, it's been 5 years, me and my team are making some types of educational projects, and we have a close relationship with children. We investigated our market and came to the equilibrium point, which was the fantasy storylines and these type of designs. Of course, it cannot substitute the games. If Lisa finds this interesting, Charlie doesn't find this interesting. But at some point, parents in some way need to take them off from the games and somehow bring to learning. Somehow. They don't leave this problem as like they try, and what I say, it might not have the same interest in every child, but it will be the best alternative for them to study. That's what we do. And in our upcoming perspectives, what we say is, this is a concept. This is a concept of playing to learn. Actually, this English language game is called Wizard Quest, which is the one product of the play to learn concept. So in upcoming years, we are planning to develop all types of, for example, math and coding and other resources which will be making more kids engaged. Of course, this product cannot engage all of them, but what I say, this will be the best alternative of other online resources, and it will be the equilibrium negotiation point between kids and parents to study with these methods. So class, of course.
Would you promise to parents, like by the end of month 2 or 3, your kid would know what? Like, what is
first of all, I said that it follows the curricular program, and it shows very detailed.
Where in Georgia? Whose curriculum?
Georgia's curriculum, but actually Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, it's all following the one standard. That's what we are very familiar with, and I assure you that there is no big difference in curriculum. And the personalized feedbacks are sent after covering every portion of the, so it's not like this that after 2 months parents will hear that Lisa learned this. No, step by step, and if something happens, and if platform, of course this is not the best platform maybe in the world, and if platform cannot do something for kids' character, for example, it gives an indicator to a parent that this is a problem and deal with this.
I want to ask, so So for English learning, there is oral, listening, writing, and reading.
No, yeah, I got a question, thank you. We have grammar, we have vocabulary, we have reading experience, also puzzles and logics and critical decision making. And what we are, in our milestones, we're gonna add listening content in upcoming years, like in the second year of our launch.
I see.
One more question. So there is one of your competitors called Uchiru. Uchiru, if you translate study-ru, and they're having very comprehensive programs in different subjects. They don't have the gaming experience, but what I've heard from them, one of the hard things is to develop the content, because it has to be very well thought through psychologists, through everyone. Yes, but on that you add on the whole gaming and graphical experience. How hard and costly it is to add that gaming and graphics on top of it? I mean, how hard will it be to scale in the future to offer much more classes? And will it be able to function as a platform where different content creators can create their own class and basically get a profit sharing from the content they create?
I did not get the last part, sorry.
So if it's easy to do the content for this, there could be different independent teachers or groups that create content, create classes, and then the parents or children can choose basically which one they like the most.
Yeah, so the question is whether it's, first of all, easy
how hard
to
is
do
to develop the graphics?
First of all, making graphics according to the storylines, it's not that easy job, but all our team members are like as passionate as I am, because I know myself.
Sorry, there's a little time, but there is 10 classes, there is 10 subjects, and you need hundreds of storylines. So you did just one. Will you be able to do 100?
Not 100, but it's not a big deal for us to make, for us, I mean, not just in a broad meaning, but for us, because we know this, how to do this, it's not a big deal to diversify the storylines, of course, because we have a group of scriptwriters working along with psychologists and developing this content.
And developers, right?
Yeah, of course, developers, of course, they're front-end, back developers, we
so
have
how much
them
does it cost you to develop one full course? How much does it cost you? How many man-hours times?
This product, with these designs and all the algorithms and these personalized analytics and everything, was cost 5,500 USD. But there are some costs of course, marketing and researching, because we managed
a lot of costs
bring
you did not
this
also
to
pay
1,200
because you were building yourself. So a lot of costs you saved, but you need to start paying salaries to yourself, to your core team members. You are not paying yourself salaries right now, right?
Yeah, sure.
So this would have been $100,000 without any problem, right?
No. Actually,
even if it's $60,000 per good product, and you need to develop hundreds of them, that's like $6 million.
It's not like this, because we developed the whole platform one time, and what we need to add is only designs, storylines, and the educational content. We are not developing the whole platform because it's a one unique, for us, unique platform to develop this concept of teaching.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Hello. Can I start? Used cars became fully online traded commodity. 80% of the discovery process actually starts online. On the other hand, cross-border sales are increasing dramatically. Only in Georgia, 100,000 cars every year are imported from the United States only. And until 2030, major European countries are totally going to change their fleet into electric and hybrid cars. So there will be a huge outflow of existing cars, and the best place for them to be resold and remarketed is Eastern European countries, like Ukraine and Georgia. So I represent online vehicle marketplace called CarDLG. It's an entire service ecosystem that is needed for a buyer easily to search, buy, auction, import, and finalize all the transactions online without actually leaving their home. And existing of such an online platform is strategically important for the region because besides that Georgia produces 0 cars locally, cars are second biggest export in Georgia. So 130,000 cars every year are imported in Georgia and then resold in the neighboring countries. So we can say that Georgia is a gateway hub in the region. But the problem with existing trade process is inefficiency and a lot of middlemen. Buyer has to interact with 10 different service providers, pay 10 different extra fees, and most of the services do not even support Georgian or Russian language, and some do not even accept Georgian card as a payment. So at the end, the extra layers and layers are created, and the whole process for an end user is very complicated and definitely lacks the transparency. Cardiology simplifies the game. Technology allows buyers to directly participate in international auctions, removing all the middlemen, and enables buyers to control the entire process from the single window. With one click, apply for finance, check the history of the car, inspect for the damages, and use the transportation services from our service provider. So we are live already. We went live recently. We already offer 60,000 cars online for sale. Recently, we have been granted as an affiliated remarketing status from the major American auto auction portal. And at the end of this year, we target to have around 2 million cars online for sale. But besides the technological solutions that we have, our biggest competitive advantage is the partnerships. The partnerships that we have made already within the industry. We are official resellers of Carfax in the region. We are partnered with a major American on-site inspection service. Look like, actually, those are the brands. A transportation company and local financial institution for leasing and financing cars. So this is the business model. We are charging cash back from every service and every vehicle sold. Those are the numbers that we get per transaction. We are with 5 weeks being live. We have accomplished. We have hosted 28,000 people on our website. Our customers won 7 auctions using our portal in the United States, and those cars are already on the way to Georgia. At the end of the March, we'll be opening our first container in the port of Poti, and we have ongoing active trades at this moment. I don't know what happened. And we are asking money for infrastructure. We are asking money for infrastructure and operational purposes. We will be adding 150,000 cars from insurance auto auction from United States. We will be adding financial and insurance module to our website. We will add Russian language, and with that, we will start targeting our Russian-speaking neighboring countries with online marketing. When we talk about future expansion and the roadmap, we divide the expansion in two dimensions. We have supply side. First, we will be fully covering United States market. Then we start, we have already ongoing negotiation in European Union with the biggest ex-lease car suppliers. One of them is the biggest, 8th biggest bank, BNP Paribas. We will soon have a direct access to their inventory with APIs, and we will be reselling and remarketing their cars in our region. On the demand side, we will be expanding in Azerbaijan and Armenia, but first Ukraine. It's an emerging market. 2 months ago, 26th of December, President of Ukraine signed an agreement simplifying tariffs on imported cars. So it's a rush there. It's a very big market, around 24 million cars, old cars to be replaced. And we think that we're in the right time, right place, with right tools to take the significant shares of the market. Thank you.
Thank you. Bring me through the journey. I go on your website, yeah. I buy a car.
You find the car. Mainly it's auctions, damaged cars from the United States. So you find the car.
I win.
Sorry?
I win.
Yeah,
what happened then?
First you have to pay a deposit, 10%. So
to bet, I need to pay 10%.
Yeah, first yes. So you will bid 5,000, let's say. You will have to freeze 10% in your account, which is like $500. If you lose the auction, the money comes back to you with 0 fees. Okay. But if you win, then the invoice is generated, and next day you go, you pay, and then. But
so again, so I win, then I pay 100% of the car price.
Then transportation.
Let me finish. Which goes on your bank account.
No, you pay us, and we pay the suppliers. Yeah.
Yeah. Then the car is being shipped to me.
Yes.
I take possession of the car.
Yes.
There's no problem. Then the money is wired to the seller. That's the way it works.
At the end, what do you
The
say?
money is sent to the seller, and he doesn't get my money until I've received my car. Is it the way it works?
No. So
it's auction houses. It's not
it's an
private
auction
sellers.
process mainly. We're talking about damaged cars. So I will explain in the moment, right? The whole process
I missed that, yeah.
shortly. So you find the car.
Yeah.
Every car has a transportation cost generated below. So in United States, in different yards, they have different costs, like from 1,000 to 1,500. So you see the price in advance. Then you check the car. You buy Carfax, it's an American thing. In PDF, you get the history of the car. You check if it had accidents or something, the history. You can also use on-site the inspection service that actually those guys will go and check the car and give you like 4 videos about your car, like starting engine and so on. Then you can actually apply for finance. So you find the car, you apply for finance. In 15 minutes, you get a confirmation from the bank that, okay, we finance this car for 5,000. So they finance per cars, they don't give you like a limit or something because it's their asset. And to assess the risks, if you don't pay, they won't let you to pay for like a flooded car like $10,000. They will tell you like, we're not funding.
Yeah, okay.
One question is that, are you liable to the customer financially for the product if they don't receive it or something?
Exactly. But we are e-commerce platform. We have several other services like checking or transportation. Transportation service takes their own responsibility, but we are middlemen the whole process, of course.
So legally, if there is a problem, the client will be suing you and you will be suing
the bank
someone
also
else.
has the relationship with us and transportation. So we have all 3 of us have their liability. Yeah.
In the agreements, I very much like when you talked about the partnerships you have. Are those exclusive agreements? In other
Carfax,
words,
exactly, yeah.
So in other words, Carmax and Carfax and all of these, they can't come into this region.
No.
If a competitor pops up, you're the only one that's their partner.
The Carfax is actually a very big part on the cycle. We are only official resellers, and Carfax has only official resellers on the whole world in Jordan and 1 in Georgia. So we will be only ones. So even our competitors, when they want to buy a car from the United States, we will have to go through us if they want to check the car.
Okay. So you have exclusive
30%,
partnerships?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, but
with Carfax.
Everyone can use them, though. It's just
$1
that they receive.
I want to ask, so because you provide the finance also, so do you create credit score for your client?
No, it's a leasing, so they lease a car per car. So it's a damaged car, so bank is very serious about assessing the risks. So they find the car and they tell you, okay, we pay you no more than 5,000 for this car, and that's the maximum you can do. And then if you lose the auction, you have to go do the same process again. But it's very easy. It's one click. Like the website is live. You can go see everything. Like,
do you provide bidding strategies? Yeah. So do I have to?
No, we don't.
There at
We
that
don't.
time?
We don't do that. They can do whatever. But
so
there are
as
some
a
technology.
client, do I have to wake up at 4 o'clock at night to do the bidding?
No,
or?
that we have sold. So you put a $5,000, let's say. Yeah. The current bid is 2,000. Yeah. The bid will go incrementally. So you don't put a 5,000 actually, but from 2,000 the bids will go incremental, 2,100, 2,000.
But it's your system that does that, and it can do the last minute bidding as well.
Yes, on live bidding as well.
No, last minute bidding. So so you don't.
Yeah, but you just have to have a buying power. So if you don't get it,
that's of course.
If you don't get it, you can't go below.
And just one thing which is not clear yet in my mind is the actual payment. Does it transit through your?
Yeah, you pay me. And I pay to the
so you don't.
supplier.
I mean, you have fantastic negative working capital.
Yes.
I
mean, you can expand very
only
quickly with limited cash. And
the only thing is that with financing, leasing, also they can actually pay directly to the suppliers. But transportation company plays a big role here.
Yeah. Okay.
One suggestion I have is a lot of the e-commerce company nowadays start to create credit score for their client because they have all the purchase data, and this can facilitate the financing part. Yeah. So I think this is something that you can add to your platform.
Also, there are many competitors, like the offices in Georgia. There are plenty of them. You go there, you pay them $100 or $200, and they do everything.
That's what we try to eliminate. So they're actually bidding on their behalf. So you go, you tell him, okay, can you bid me for this car, 5,000?
Yes, but they help you pick the car. They consult you.
We do online consultations. Fully, you go, you find the car. We tell you like it has what problem it has, what to do, how to bid, everything online consultation. So what we do is actually we try to eliminate those extra layers that you go and tell like, okay, can you bid 5,000? Then the whole process lacks the transparency. Like you don't control the process and you don't actually know how the auction ended. So with us, you see everything. Like for an end user, it's very complicated to know some website, to check the car, to ask some company in the United States to check the car for the damages and so on.
Finance. These offices do that for you.
Sorry?
The offices that you go to, they do everything for you.
Yeah, we do everything online.
You pay the money and they do.
Yeah, it lacks the transparency. We do the same things online, everything.
Well, your site, you could also argue that lacks the transparency because I don't know how much you are really paying the insurer or the transportation company. So the same thing.
They can actually compare the prices. We have very competitive prices.
Same you can do with a private company.
In this sense, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Very big. Could be big. This one could be very big. That's my winner. Ah, yeah, it's my winner.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited to present you the platform that connects third-party freelancers and customers in need of service. Our platform is designed in a way that it automatically displays the top areas of searches of customers, and therefore tourists will always be aware of which are the top trends and most popular searches on the platform so they can direct themselves really fast. There are actually two main problems that every visitor and tourist encounters and battles with when entering new country. Time management, which is crucial part since they spend limited time in the country and they need to get things done really fast. And B, the fear of being the victim of bad faith dealing, meaning they will have to pay more and receive less for that amount. So we are offering the solution that evades issues also like searching for forums for hours and asking for different people and etc. The solution which is based on user review system and quality control. Every customer has the ability to rate the service that has been delivered by freelancer. And this option is only available after the freelancer delivers the service, which ensures the quality of system of quality control. And every customer will know that high-ranking freelancer will deliver the expected service. Our business model is based on the revenue, which we put 10% commission on each transaction, and we give freelancers an opportunity to more actively engage in promoting their services that they are capable of providing, therefore by selling their ads for their services on our platform. We are trying to create as fast, easy to use and secure platform as possible, and partly we have done so. For example, for payment part, the amount that customer deposits on its account on our platform is released only after the service is delivered, which ensures that both service provider and customer has the feeling of security that their effort and money will not be lost. Our go-to-market strategy is based on thanks to our, for example, to our developers. Our website is popping on the first page of Google search, which gave the huge boost to our visitors and generally the publicity of our platform. And in terms of getting in touch directly to our customers, tourists and etc., we are planning to distribute flyers and brochures in the places where there are high presence of tourists. For example, airports, hotels, and etc. And for the local part, we are also trying our best to inform everyone that there is a platform where they can sell their knowledge, their skill for free, and they can join us at any time. So if they have knowledge of, I don't know, for Arabic, for example, and they can translate very well, they can put this as a service on our platform and hopefully await and increase and promote this service. The market is huge, as the international visitors and tourists in Georgia amounts to almost twice, if not more, the amount of population of Georgia itself. So this is a great starting place for this platform. And they roughly spend about the amount which equals to 6.9% of Georgians' whole GDP for the services that we are offering through our platform. This is like demo version of our platform. You can see there's a lot of variety of services, and each of these services have their subdivisions, and you can see there's a vast amount of areas of services. As for competitors' parts, basically we view everyone who has the ability to deliver service in this country as our competitors, but we offer them our platform as instead of competing with us, to be our partner. So they can increase their sellings and promote their sellings as well. We have some international competitors like freelancer.com, iStalker.com, TaskRabbit, but their usage of services are limited to quantities, and they are only oriented on digital marketing. Our priority and our advantages is that we are focusing on tourists, and we are focusing on, we have a lot of areas of services. I'm very excited to present to you our team. I'm co-founder of this project. Gentlemen, Valerian and Tornike are developers who have developed and created this platform as it is today. They have years of working together, and I will highlight My.G as their mutual creation, which is #1 and most popular platform for selling online for cars, real estate, different items and electronics, and etc. We have experienced designer Nick, and salesman Alexandra, who has years of experience in the fields of tourism. Our platform is online, and we are super happy about that we have within 3 months, with close to 0 engagements in marketing, already reached 1,400 registered freelancers that are partly paid through our platform, and they are partly paying for themselves for ads. We have 200% of growth of visitors on our platform, and we have also developed Android application, which is nowadays available on the Play Store, and we are also planning on developing iOS system. Our team has spent hours on working on this platform, and we have developed and accumulated some of the savings which will be used as a co-financing of this platform, hopefully along with $100,000 Georgia LR, which will be hopefully awarded by you. Yeah, and we will need to hire additional developers and etc. We are, after checking the robustness of the platform locally, we are planning to go to widen the borders of our platform to neighboring countries, and as final step, we are planning to go international scale, which is super hard, we understand it, but imagine if a Russian family wants to buy, let's say, a house in India. Who should they go to? Who should they ask? Who should they trust? Hopefully, our platform will be there to help and assist and guide them for their best interest. Thank you very much for your attention.
There's way many more competitors than you have put. I mean, way more. I mean, usually, I mean, the competition slide is really, I mean, every presentation I see competition. When people are talking of the competition, they are missing a number of competitors, but yours is really way off the scale. In every country, there are 5-7 players. You want to expand in 5 years from now, there's no way in hell you will be big enough to go international. So there might be an opportunity in Georgia, there might be an opportunity around, but that's a side comment. And B, I mean, we have an expression which says, when you're master of everything, and I mean, when you're trying to do too many things in one place, you end up not being good in anything. A lot of companies which are having an approach similar to you are first focused, for example, on plumbers, and then they progressionally try to expand to new services. You go to, you try, I'm just wondering if you're not trying to do too much too early and confuse people.
Sure, thank you for the feedback. Yeah, this is the part that we are still concerning about, but since it's a startup here, it's like semi-demo version, we are trying to give as much possibilities for freelancers and service dealers as much. So as time goes, we will see like which areas are most popular, and if some areas, I don't know, for example, for car renting, for example, is like dead and no one is using on that area, we will just simply, you know,
very practical question. So I register on your website. George wants to use me. How do we agree on pricing? Is it I say, hey, I'm X per hour, take it or leave it, or how does it work?
Yeah, it's negotiable. I mean, they can, a freelancer can put like, for example, 10 Georgia lari for each services, but customer may engage in negotiations and they may agree on different prices.
How much work I did for him, and maybe I was happy to use your platform once because we got to know each other, but then, I mean, I have the contact. Why would I go again through your...
Sure, that's a good remark, actually. Since we are focusing on tourists, we have expectation that as the newcomer is like new in the country, and yeah, basically the more than half the percent of tourists and international visitors are like newcomers in Georgia. We are expecting that they will comply with terms of our services, which will be one of the terms will be to, you know, negotiate and deal and
but
use
then
our.
It does bring the problem of you constantly have to invest a lot in marketing because you try to find new clients and again and again and again. You don't have repeat business. I mean, it will cost you.
Why don't you target the locals?
It's a combination. We are not, you know, limiting only to tourists. Locals can use it as well. We are giving also opportunity to freelancers to, you know, when they type their like, you know, order or the possibility as a service that they can provide, the platform automatically translate in, you know, English, Russian, and etc. This is not limited to tourists. The locals can use it as well, so there's no problem there.
Are you going to vet the service providers? What is the vetting? How do I know they're quality people?
Quality?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we have rating systems. So that ensures 100% that if the rating is higher, the possibility that it will, he or she will deliver the service as expected, it will deliver the service.
Rating works very well when you have reached critical mass. I go to your website once, I get very poor service. A, I will never come back. B, I will certainly not recommend you to anybody, the contrary. So how do you address this early potential disappointment?
That is why we are trying to maximize in marketing engagements, because if we have a lot of freelancers, there will be a lot of possibilities there will be a lot of freelancers. Good ones, the best ones,
but you have
the
not
middle
solved,
areas.
I mean, you have still not solved the question. How do you know that the guy say he's able to do what he's selling?
From the starting point, if as a freelancer is the first time that he's delivering the service, he should try and should understand it that he has to deliver, he or she has to deliver at his best, because he or she will not get the rating.
You will have a very hard time competing with the global platforms, because those travelers will most likely be already registered on some global platform. Therefore, the service providers would always strive to register on the global ones, because that's where repeating customers are. It would be very hard to make a new arrived tourist to install your app.
Sure,
For average tourist stay in Georgia is like 1.5 or 2 days, not more. No. That's very, very short for someone to install your proprietary application.
Sure. That's why we are trying to focus. The competitors that I mentioned, they are basically involved in digital marketing services, and they are basically very local.
So why won't you partner with some of the existing international platforms and make their presence here by adding your local know-how? Because that's what your value add is, your local know-how that you can add, right?
This is an option that we can consider as well.
So why didn't you follow that option? Now you're developing, inventing a bicycle which is already there.
Well, for example, in Georgia, there is no like local platform similar.
Yes, but there is an international platform which you can bring and make local. So already become part of, I don't know, there's some Pony Expresses, there's plenty, right?
I guess your negotiating power is harder, is stronger.
They are, as I said, they are focusing on digital side of the services, so they might not agree on our proposal. So this is not.
You should agree to their proposals because they are large ones. They have the market, they have the clients already. They have like millions of registered users.
No, we are trying to create our niche on this kind of services. So
yes, but I don't see the niche really. That's the problem.
But actually, when you compare to company like TaskRabbit, they are focusing on the handyman for locals. They are not related to tourists at all.
That's why I'm saying it's better if you focus on the local population.
Here, international market is very large in percentage if you compare to other countries because there is twice as many visitors in the country than the population. And the paying ability of the internationals is much higher. And they are more tech savvy.
So in that case, your service shouldn't be freelancer, right? You need to focus on a certain kind of service for these tourists.
Yeah, our main objective to focus on tourists, but it doesn't exclude the locals as well. So they are free to use it. So.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
And what's the current phase of the development? What do you already have some product? What's the state of your current?
It's already on the website, so we can check servicebi.g. So.
It's more for local.
Okay.
Thank you.
Like we had this company in Africa. It's very similar.
Hello everybody, I'm Georgi, co-founder of CarBRB.com. We are a peer-to-peer car rental platform that connects people who want to rent out the car with them who want to rent the car. One side generates an extra income, while another gets variety of choice. An old model of ownership that one owns something and only he uses it is breaking down due to changing social paradigms as well as changes in costs and economy. This shift in social norms is one of the reasons why we think that CarBRB will have a successful future. There are three types of car ownership models that will coexist and will affect the future car designs and applications. The first one is traditional ownership, that you own the car and only you use it, but it is expensive to own the car, it needs maintenance costs, and it is depreciating. And on average, 96% of the time, car is parked. The second model is the zero ownership model, that you don't own the car, but you are using taxis and ride-sharing companies. It is good for short trips, but it limits your agility. You are limited by geography and circumstances. And you don't have a choice to choose the car that you need, and you don't have a choice to choose the driver. So this brought us to hybrid ownership model. Car owners earn money by sharing their most underutilized asset, while the travelers get access to big selection of cars, while enjoying richer and often less expensive experience than traditional rental agencies can offer. This is exactly the place where CarBRB operates. So the car owner can have opportunity to afford a better car by generating the income from the platform, and travelers have access to find the cars that they need for their trip or for their experiences. For example, to go to the seaside or to go to the mountains and etc. Under the hybrid ownership model, we found the pains on both sides. It is very difficult to rent out your personal car, and it is expensive. And on the other side, travelers, the experience is awful to rent the car you want. The prices are high, the supply is low, and it is very difficult to hit the best deal. With CarBRB, we solve these problems on both sides, and both sides are in win-win situation. In under just 3 clicks, traveler can search and rent the car they want. And on the other hand, we offer host, booking, and fleet management systems for free. We are doing the user acquisition for them, and the only thing they need to do is to focus on the quality of the service. So this is how our business model looks like. On the supply side, anyone can put their listing on the platform for free. And, and on the demand side, we are only focusing on the travelers to give them the opportunity to hit the best deal. We only take the commission fee per transaction from both sides, including the insurance. Actually, we have also validated the business model by creating the landing page of our car and boosting it with digital marketing without having a platform, online payments, and wide selection of cars. And we hit the first paid customer, a couple from Prague traveling around Georgia. Our user acquisition strategy is to use digital marketing and partner with the travel agencies. Our ARPU is $30 and user acquisition cost in 10% from the ARPU. On the hot side, we already have 250 car listings ready to be launched on the platform. Out of them, 65% are from rental agencies. Of course, there is a competition on the market. We have indirect competitors like rental agencies, but we foresee partnership with them rather than the competition because we are creating additional sales channel for them and lowering their costs. As I said, we already have 163 car listings from the rental agencies. We also have direct competitors globally like Turo and GetAround, but currently we are launching the platform in Georgia because we know the market and there are no direct competitors currently operating on it. And because of the shift in social norms, we believe that we are innovating in an economy because we are giving the opportunity to the local citizens to rethink the car ownership and earn money from the platform. Also, our scale-up strategy is to first move to those countries where we will be the first movers, like the Caucasian region, Eastern European countries, and post-Soviet countries like Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, etc. The market size is huge. There are 1.3 billion travelers around the world, and the rental industry is valued for more than 100 billion, and it is growing with 13.5% yearly. We are targeting to take the 5% of the market share in Georgia, which is valued for $4 million USD by 2020. So this is our journey. The idea hit us in June, and we are already launching the platform next month. We already have 250 car listings, and it is still growing. We have validated our business model and already have a paid customer. We have partnered with an insurance and settled down the legal side. By 2020, we are targeting to have more than 6,000 car listings on the platform, and by 2021, we are targeting to expand to other markets. The most important part of our company is the team. We are 3 co-founders, car enthusiasts, experienced in different fields, and having more than 8 years of close relationship. We have graduated the university together, and we have co-founded the successful software development company, selling software as a service for more than 3 years. So we already have a synergy of working together. Irakli Tsagareishvili is experienced in finance and management. Sandro Shamanidi is our sales and marketing guru, and I'm a tech guy, having experienced more than 7 years in software development and IT product management, leading products, having more than 500,000 active users. So according to our financial projection, we have 84% of gross profit margin and 51% of net profit margin. And we are hitting the break-even point in January next year, and the payback period is in March next year. We have already raised and invested 50,000 of our money, but we need more. We need 100,000 Georgian lari for market entry and first-year operations in Georgia. But our overall budget is to have 200,000 USD for growth and for expanding, to start expanding and exploring other markets. So to wrap it up, we help people to own the cars they want and to rent the cars they need. So, thank you very much. Right? No, actually we are not using the hardware or putting something. We are only focusing on travelers to rent the car they want from the platform, and we're just connecting hosts with the travelers.
So the host needs to meet the traveler to give them the key,
yeah,
and then
yeah. Basically, the process is that the traveler goes on the platform, searches the car from their experiences. Like I want to go to the mountain, and there's some criteria there. They're choosing the car, checking the details. If they want to add some additional services like the Wi-Fi hotspot or the trip backpack or I don't know, car seat and etc., they can choose all this stuff, and they are sending the request to the host. The host has option to have like an instant booking system, but either they can have like approval system. that say approve whether they want to rent out the car or not, and then traveler meets a host, and the trip happens. But of course, there is some delivery systems, like a traveler can choose that I want to get the car to my place, or something like that, like to choose where he wants to have it delivered, so they can add it to the service also.
If I may, again, your competition analysis is a joke. I spent 1 minute on the website and I found 13 competitors who are doing just what you do. They have raised much more money. They are much more advanced. Use it as a tool to learn what they do. For example, you take Drivey, that's the French market leader. It was not on your competitor analysis.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, but you look at what's Driving doing, they have a seamless process to take access. I don't need to meet anybody. I just go, I go on my phone, it opens the door, it's seamless. And try at least use the competition, what they are doing, to learn what you could improve on your model. It's hassle-free, they are 3, 4, 5 years ahead of you, so at least use it. Pretending you have no competition when you have, I think it's unfair to us and it's unfair to you. You say you want to have 1 million profit. How many cars is this?
Sorry?
1 million profit.
Yeah,
how many cars?
1 million profit to get it is 240 cars to be rented per day.
Per day?
Average. Yeah, but this is a seasonal system. Like in summer, it may be like 1,000 cars, but in in winter, for example, it may be lower. But on average, we need to have 240 rented cars.
How many cars does Avis, Europe, rent a car, and all the other?
Sorry.
How many cars do these professional car rental companies have in Tbilisi?
Yeah, so currently there are 211 car rental agencies, and there are 163 private owners that are also operating.
Already in the market with Europe Car, Avis, and others in Tbilisi.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not on your platform.
Yeah, so basically there are like more than summer. It's 5,000 cars, and actually in Georgia we had the market research. We have talked with Avis and some local rental agencies also, and we know that currently here the demand is more than the supply, because the idea why we hit us, there was like our friends who has a rental agencies, they went to us and asked to give them our cars to use it for the renting, but it was not convenient for us because we did not have a car then, and we thought that
how do you deal with all the practical problems you can get with a car? Accident, either small or the car is in poor shape, or I rent my car and it comes back smelling of smoke. How do you deal
basically,
with all this?
Every car that will be rented out on our platform is insured, and we already have a partnership with an insurance company. So if some accident happens, we before the trip, we give the guides to the travelers that they need to call this number, and the insurance company comes and helps him. So if something is problem with the car and the traveler brings the car like spoiled or something like that, then we give a host 48 hours after the trip to request the disbursement. And in this case, we check the act of acceptance. Like before the trip, travelers and hosts take the pictures of the car and give some additional descriptions. And after the trip, they are also doing the same process. And if the disbursement is requested, then we are checking the validation and validating it. So if the traveler needs to pay extra charge, we have it in policies that there may be some
post-trip. They give the credit card and they will be charged for the cleaning or...
Yes.
Okay.
The biggest pain point is still that you need to meet the car owner in person, because this person might be working, doing something, so that's a big pain point.
But definitely,
you need to maybe add at least a couple of service points when I, as a car owner, can just drop my car at the parking and they provide this service of giving the keys, washing, and taking the keys
Actually, we already have direct communications with brokerages. Currently, there are lots of brokerages on the market that are taking other guy's car or doing this process by themselves to clean the car, to prepare it and rent it out. They have keys for it, and they're doing this business for them. So they're taking a commission fee from it.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
There is no problem that they are solving, really. And how does foreigner tourists find them?
But they think that it's smarter because they pretend they have, but actually it's a missed occasion to learn what people have been doing. If you go to drive it, you go with your phone, it opens the car. I don't have to wait for you to come, you're late, so product development phase, I don't like it, market is big.
Car services, all the car-related projects were pretty poor. Except for this speed limiter thing was
I like it.
Okay,
I like it. Well, I think the platform could Autocar in Germany, which is selling cars on it's massive business. It's a massive business. So
5 minutes?
Oh, I'm good with it, bro.
Yeah.
No
show?